The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Welcome to State of the County, sponsored by DuPage. We are thrilled to have our chairman with us again this year, and we truly appreciate the time he gives his business community. I'd also like to recognize the Darien, Elmhurst, Lyle, Lombard, Westmont, Wheaton, and Hinsdale Chambers. Thank you very much for being here. I'd also like to welcome several elected officials with us today. When I call your name, if you could please stand and remain standing so we can hold applause until after the last one is called. Eddie Bella, in true fashion, is running late. But Representative David Olson is here from the 81st District. Our chairman, Dan Cronin. Gwen Henry, DuPage County Treasurer. Mayor Gina Cunningham, Village of Woodridge, I know she'll be stopping by later. Mayor Gunter, Village of Westmont. Mayor Tully, Village of Downers Grove. Barry Harold, Village of Westmont Trustee. Mike Krusek, Village of Woodridge Trustee. Mark Tobin, Downers Grove Township Supervisor. Lorraine Grisby, Downers Grove Township Clerk. Karen Kelly, Downers Grove Township Trustee. Steve Flint, District 44 School Board. And Elaine Carmichael, Village of Westmont Library Trustee. Let's give a round of applause for all these people. That you have taken to join, again, the business community. I always say, business doesn't vote, but they sure do care about how you do. And as all of you are aware, on March 20th or before, everyone will be casting a vote in the primary election, I hope at least. And could I ask all those running for office to stand to be recognized? I know there's a lot out there. Community appreciates all the elected officials and the soon-to-be elected officials recognizing the businesses as a constituent. For those running, thank you for participating in an arduous process. We wish you the best of luck. And now I would like to invite the relatively but not quite new village manager of Woodridge, Al Stonich, to provide a warm Woodridge welcome.
Thank you, Laura. Good afternoon, everyone. As Laura indicated, my name is Al Stonich, I'm the village administrator for the village of Woodridge. And on behalf of Mayor Gina Cunningham and the board, I'm very privileged to host the community here in the state of the county because I wish you a very warm welcome to our town today. Woodridge, interestingly enough, has a distinction of its boundaries within 3 different counties. But truth be told, we're very prideful of the fact that we reside on a community that identifies itself with DuPage County. That pride stems from knowing that we are fortunate to reside in one of the premier counties throughout the nation. And today we're going to hear more about my counties. Thank you again.
I also want to mention that they have a brand new Director of Community Development, Kim Porter. Welcome. You want to stand, please? I'd like to bring to your attention the screen listing the names of the Chamber 630 executive partners. These are members who contribute above and beyond their normal dues amount, and we appreciate their support. At this time, I'd like to ask all of the board of directors of all of the chambers to stand and be recognized. We appreciate your vision, your governance, and really, truly, you're what makes business work. What would we do without you? We did welcome some tabletops in the back, as you obviously can see. And if you missed any of those, stopping by any of those, could you please stop by as you exit and say hello? Joining with us today was Arboretum Wealth and Trust Management, Automated Companies, Enchanted Castle, Green Bee, Harvester Place, Lexington Square of Elmhurst, National Louis University, Rizaz Advertising, T-Mobile, and West Suburban Wellness. Thank you very much. I do have a few event announcements, so I will be very, very brief, I promise. Perhaps the other chambers who also have events could start coming, making their way towards the stage, just so we can be more expeditious. On the 25th of this month, we are hosting a Business Off the Clock at the Downers Grove Sand Club from 5 to 7. And on the 27th of this month, we are hosting our largest event of the year, the Boardwalk Ball. This black tie optional event is being held at the Hilton Mile, Naperville, and every member present will be celebrated. You may register for these, of course, by visiting chamber630.com. The next two luncheons are also multi-chamber events, and I will leave it up to Larry to talk about the next month, the February event, and I'm going to jump ahead to March. And just off the presses, or email, which I just checked before I came up here, I'm happy to announce that the Multi-Chamber Spring Luncheon and Expo will be right here at Bobox on March 7th. Tom Ricketts, owner of the Chicago Cubs, will be the keynote speaker. Some may recall that he presented, I don't know if there's a debate, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6 years ago. And I think he presented his business plan, and he very obviously fulfilled that business plan to a T. Almost exact word for word was what he completed. You will be able to sign up for this luncheon and expo at your chamber as soon as I provide them with the details. Jill, you're right here.
Hi, I'm Jillie Dukas, the Miles Area Chamber Executive Director. First of all, thank you, Laura Crawford and Chamber 630 for hosting these events every year. We're glad to be included. Thank you. We have State of the Village January 18th at the Hilton with Mayor Piesick. That's next Thursday. And we have Dancing with the Chamber Stars. May Lyle be with you. Yes, it's the Star Wars theme, and we're excited about it. It's at the Hilton the week after Chamber 630 on February 9th. LyleChamber.com for more details. Thank you very much for attending today.
Thank you. Carrie? Big event on March 7th.
But I'm still excited about it. I'm Carrie O'Brien. I'm from the Wheaton Chamber of Commerce. Our nomination period is open from now through January 21st to nominate your favorite businesses in the Wheaton business community and the Wheaton Chamber. Pardon me. So go to WheatonChamber.com and nominate your favorite businesses and young professionals. And thank you, Laura, for all the work you do to organize these things. And our day was to announce the winners of the rest of the week in the evening on March 7th.
Good afternoon, John Quigley from the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry. On January 26th, we will celebrate our 99th Annual Awards Gala. And of course, if we're celebrating our 99th Annual Awards Gala, it must be also our 100th birthday in 2018. Contrary to the rumors, I've only been involved for 25 of those years. But we're in the middle of a $250,000 capital campaign tied to our centennial celebration, and I'm happy to report at the start of this year, we're 2/3 of the way to our goal, and we expect to make our capital campaign goal by the end of the year. Feel free to give. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. My name is Larry Forsberg. I serve as the Executive Director of the Westmont Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau. First, I'd like to say thank you to Laura and Chamber 630 for hosting this event, for choosing days for being our sponsor today, and of course to our Chairman Cronin for doing this presentation. We very much shared the information that you shared with us. I'm here for one purpose, and that is to remind everybody to mark your calendar now for February 13th, when we are bringing back William Strauss to do our annual economic outlook. For those who've been to this presentation before, you know what I'm talking about. Bill stands by what he says and shares with us. I've never seen any economist who starts his presentation by saying, here's what I told you last year, and here's what's happened, and it's always spot on. So February 13th, it's going to be at Asciano, 175th Street, just east of 355 5, not that far from here. There will be a business expo that starts at 10 to noon. Presentation starts at lunch starts at noon, and we're wrapping up about 1:30. So again, February 13th, Osceola. Sign up with your local chamber today. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your lunches. We'll be back in the program shortly. You know, I do want to recognize Representative Candy Bella. Just wanted to give her a round of applause. Thank you for all that you do. Today's sponsor is Choose DuPage. And as you know, without the generosity of sponsors, programs such as this would not be possible. Choose DuPage Economic Development Alliance is the collective voice of our county's business community. Established in 2005 as a public-private partnership. Choose DuPage plays an important role in the success of the economy by working to grow, retain, and attract businesses, as well as addressing policy issues critical to the needs of the regional community. And with us today is a true advocate for business, for all business, large and small, the president and CEO of Choose DuPage, John Carpenter, right up in front. Let's give him a round of applause. A well-deserved round of applause for all that he does to create and retain businesses in DuPage County. Thank you very much, John. And now I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker. Dan Cronin won the election for DuPage County Board Chairman in 2010 and again in 2014 after serving in the Illinois General Assembly for 20 years. He brings his passion for fiscal accountability and efficient government to DuPage County, where he is committed to reducing the size, scope, and cost of local government. Through his ACT initiative, and that stands for Accountability, Consolidation, and Transparency, he introduced a comprehensive approach to reform dozens of independent taxing districts throughout DuPage County. In 2004, Chairman Cronin assembled a coalition of civic groups, lawmakers, and nonprofits to form an organization called Transform Illinois, which aims to replicate the savings DuPage County has experienced throughout the rest of the state. In 2015, Governor Bruce Rauner asked our chairman to serve on the state task force of local government consolidation and unfunded mandates. We all love those mandates, don't we? As he engages with leaders, and thank God he does, across the state, Cronin advocates for DuPage taxpayers on regional issues such as infrastructure, public transportation, and economic development. He comes from Fenwick High School, went to Northwestern University and Loyola University School of Law. Chairman Cronin and his family live in Elmhurst. Please join me in welcoming Chairman Dan Cronin.
Thank you very much, Laura. I always kind of cringe when I hear that I was in Springfield for 20 years. I want to start out with a little story. A guy walks into the chamber office and desperate, and he looks at the woman behind the counter and says, "Hey, do you have a criminal attorney in town?" And the woman behind the counter in the chamber office says, "I'm pretty sure we do, but we just can't prove it yet." And I'm a lawyer. Sitting thing. Oh, we start out with a little levity. Thank you very much. I welcome the opportunity to be here because we in DuPage County government really consider our relationship with the business community really central to our success here in this part of the state. As a small business owner and employer myself, I know what it takes to bring in business, make payroll, turn on the lights each and every morning. So together, we understand and embrace the importance of a solid economic development plan to bring businesses here, retain existing companies, and plan for a robust future in which young professionals and business owners are nurtured, fostering their success and growth. So I'm really delighted to be here, and it's just a wonderful crowd. And I want to first thank Laura for what a success. This event has grown. There's more people here. We have vendors. We're in a big room now, and I'm just delighted to be here. My first bit of news is remarkable, I think, if I may say so, but it will sound very familiar. This year, the county portion of your property tax did not go up. This is, I can't give an applause for that, Patty, what can. So this is the 10th year in a row our portion of the property tax rate has remained flat at $66.9 million. So while other counties have tried taxing everything, including a can of pop, our property tax levy remains flat. What makes us remarkable, I think, if I may say so, without patting ourselves on the back too much, but is that when the General Assembly passed the budget this past summer, they kept $3.5 million of the funds traditionally that would be returned to DuPage County. They had two issues down in Springfield. So we were then in the position where we had to ask our departments and countywide elected officials to tighten their belts to meet the new revenue expectations while maintaining service levels that our customers, or the taxpayers, have come to expect. I alluded to the soda tax that was so controversial in Cook County. Please bear in mind that we've kept our property tax rate flat while reducing our sales tax a quarter of a cent. I hope that you noticed, but you should know that in 2016, the quarter-cent portion of the tax that supported the DuPage Water Commission sunset, and it didn't rise, it sunset. So when it comes to growing businesses here, we want to honestly say we are doing everything we can to create as low-tax an environment as we can within the borders of Illinois. I think that strategy has paid off. John Carpenter, who was introduced moments ago, Choose DuPage, our county's economic development organization, reports a wave of new businesses that have made the decision to locate here. Rexnord Corporation recommitted to Downers Grove after a national search for their aerospace headquarters. That company will redevelop its existing site and build an additional 248,000 square feet, expected to be completed by 2019. We have been notified that a Hungarian aviation company and Portuguese software company will move their U.S. operations to DuPage County. The county's international reach is expanding, with more than 800 foreign-owned companies operating in DuPage, representing 40 different countries. And just last month, the American Academy of Pediatrics moved into their new 5-story, 183,000 square foot office building in Itasca, bringing 455 new jobs to DuPage. Based on the number of added jobs, healthcare is both the largest and fastest growing industry in the county. We are thrilled with this progress, but we're not satisfied, of course, to rest on our laurels. We have some exciting new initiatives and new plans that I'm eager to share. Late last year, we joined with the College of DuPage and the Village of Glen Ellen to build on the success of our Rev 3 business incubator. You've heard about 1871, these things that are in the city of Chicago, smart people sit around in bullet caps and think great thoughts. But we got to have our version of that in DuPage as well. Our new initiative is called Innovation DuPage, and it's a cooperative venture promoting business growth and job creation. Together with our partners, COD and the Village of Glen Ellen, we will guide entrepreneurs, small businesses, and new companies and help them on this path to success. When you head to the polls in March, you will see a question on the ballot related to our next big initiative this year. We're asking voters in an advisory referendum whether they are in favor of consolidating our DuPage Election Commission and our county clerk's office to improve efficiency and save taxpayer dollars. As you may recall, last spring we made an initial foray into passing a bill into the Senate. Kind of got bogged down in the House, some local political bickering, but this year we hope the strategy is with this referendum question that people will come out and vote for it in droves, and there'll be such overwhelming support that David and Patty's colleagues in Springfield will say, well, we can't say no. We've got to support this thing. It's too important. And so this model that we're seeking to achieve is the model that's used by most counties in the state of Illinois. Since I took office in 2010, a series of reforms at the Election Commission alone have netted residents more than $3 million in savings. A lot of consolidation, increasing polling places. We did a joint purchasing and joint HR and a lot of things, but as we go down this path to realize the ultimate success of consolidation, we're actually going to dissolve this unit and we're going to merge it into an existing unit, and we think that's the way to go. So when you're in the poll, the precinct polling place to vote, please look at that question, and I hope you look favorably on it, as I do hope you look favorably on Jim Mender. I'll talk about him in a minute. But this summer, we will complete the renovation of the former juvenile detention facility. And we're going to cut a ribbon on a new consolidated DuPage. It's a DuPage Emergency Dispatch Center. This state-of-the-art public safety center will house the consolidated DuPage Dispatch Center, the county's Emergency Telephone System Board, and our Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. Bringing DuPage on campus with the other county safety experts provides dispatchers optimal space, collaborative environment, allows our emergency management services to share resources. It's really a great, we're really pleased about what our plans are, and we're hopeful that it'll be really, it'll fulfill all our expectations. That's our approach. Collaboration at the local level, working with our regional leaders, working with our legislators, and our accountability, consolidation, and transparency initiative, I really think is changing the culture and the conversation in DuPage government, and is influencing the thinking in our region and state. Last spring, Senate Bill 3, which Representative David Olson and Patty Bellock were huge champions of, was part of the so-called Great our DuPage County representative on the PACE board, who came and gave an update to the county board. So, yeah, it's a big challenge. We talk about the last mile. That's kind of the biggest challenge. It's kind of terminology. We have trains that drop people off, Hinsdale and Elmhurst, but if you get to Oakwood, how are you going to get to the Elmhurst train station, the Elmhurst or the Hinsdale train station? How are you going to get from the Commonwealth Edison building to Oakwood? So we have been working diligently, and I think PACE has done a pretty good job of designing those transit routes, And so PACE, as I see it, is sort of evolving into a sort of they respond to needs. They don't drive around. I know people complain they see empty buses, and they've gotten more away from fixed routes, although there are fixed routes. But I think they're sort of evolving into more of a an employer kind of facilitating service. How do I get how do I help the folks at the Hamilton the Hamilton Lakes up there? Yeah. How do we get employees from the Itasca train PACE House? We have some little demonstrations of little electric cars over there. So I think it's becoming more sophisticated. You've got, of course, some competition, which is nice. You've got Uber, and you've got these ride-sharing businesses. So what's I guess the conclusion is that there's a lot of things going on. I think the conventional way that they've been doing business in public transit is changing. I think getting folks from the train station to their destination, that last mile, is the biggest challenge. We have a number of strategies employed. We get involved, our legislators get involved in issues regarding Metro, and they're going to raise their fares again. And so, those are sort of, that's noise that goes on as part of the conversation. But I think all in all, I think that the biggest challenge that we have is getting people to work and making sure that the millennials, they don't, they talk about walkability, and they don't really want to drive their car out to the suburbs, and don't want to make a commitment and buy a house and started. But in any event, we have to be responsive to this community, this workforce sort of crowd. I think this Rev 3 that is now called Innovation DuPage is a good response and a recognition. It's right there, right off the Glen Ellen train station. It's right in the old village hall. It's kind of a majestic kind of space. It's kind of cool. So we got to be mindful of that. We try to design and work with smart people that sort of correct us. But I don't know what you're seeing at the People's Resource Center, but. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It continues to be a challenge, I guess. Further questions? Yes, sir. Martin Tully, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Martin Tully, Airfield Metro. Thank you for a very bullish presentation on the county. I pick up on Representative Dog's comments. The county had a full meeting at with respect to embracing innovation. Do you see opportunities to embrace technology for the purposes of maintaining costs and furthering the goals of consolidation? Are there opportunities or things the county is looking at to embrace innovation and technology to make some of these things possible to continue a remarkable 10-year streak of non-street projects?
Well, thank you, Martin Tully. Martin Tully has been a great mayor, Village of Downers Grove, and just happens to be running for the county board. We'd love to have you on the team, Martin Tully, great guy. So technology, and so we have embraced it in the county. I'm kind of a cynic when it comes to the promise of technology. We did this ERP, and so we have employed technology to a great extent in terms of purchasing, joint purchasing, co-ops. We try to standardize a lot of our processes. We've reached out to neighboring municipalities and invited them to use our mapping, what is it called, GIS, yeah. And so, we really try to maximize it. Yes, I think it has a lot of promise. I think we can't realize hard to measure, you know what I mean? And so I meet with a lot of consultants and always selling on some idea for technological improvement that's going to solve all our problems. And so I listen and we employ when we think it's appropriate and we can drive and measure the outcome. It's not the end all. Any further questions? Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. I'm so sorry, forgive me. I don't want to hold anybody up here. I don't want to talk beyond what's comfortable and appropriate for everyone here, but I rarely ever do this. I feel really compelled to share with you that we have a candidate running for the sheriff. Why do I feel so motivated and compelled? Because the biggest challenge that I have had since I've been a county board chairman in 2010 has been working with the sheriff. We have an opportunity to elect a new sheriff. And he's smart, he's enlightened, he gets it, he understands the role, the limited role, how to work with, together, collaborate, how to do more with less. So please, 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 I ask you to think about and consider Jim Mendrick for Sheriff of DuPage County. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Chairman. And I hope you know how much the business community appreciates your leadership, making those tough decisions and keeping our taxes down. We really like it. And most importantly, the way you understand business. It helps us all. And I hope you all enjoyed this luncheon and the information that you received. I look forward to seeing you at some upcoming chamber events. And once again, I'd like to recognize and thank Choose DuPage and all the other chambers who came together today to put this event on. Thank you very much for your memberships and support of your chambers of commerce. This meeting is adjourned.